pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, all in all its glory, the Gateway Arch. Last week we were up about 4 hours north of St. Louis here in the great state of Illinois, the land of Lincoln, as Sean Dunaway led by a country mile to go and take the win at Chicagoland. But tonight we turn our attentions under the shadow of the Gateway Arch to Madison, Illinois, where we find the Worldwide Technology Raceway. I'm Alan Bergen, joined at the booth with me as always, Emmett Crow. We're going to bring you all the action from the green flag to the checker flag live here on Sim Racing Media. And Emmett, what a day it is. I've been excited all day for this race. We are under the shadows of the Gateway Arch. A home race for your boy here, just south of St. Louis.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me tonight, Alan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're in for a great show tonight. There's been some great Xfinity races here in the past, back when it was the Nationwide and even when it was the Busch Series. You know, you had the rivalry between Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski, and then you also had like Reed Sorensen in the Braun 32 also won here, and Denny Hamlin in the 20 Rockwall car won. So a lot of great racing. It's kind of a unique track, Alan, isn't it?
It is. It's not your typical mile and a half. It just sits under a mile and a quarter. where, turns 1 and 2 are just a little bit tighter than turns 3 and 4. Now, checking in the race chat here, there has been a lot of talk of shifting, and some drivers do shift, some drivers don't. Turn 2 is especially treacherous. Now, we're going to take a look at the weather here tonight and our race information, as it is a cool 69 degrees or 68 degrees in the air, 85% relative humidity, and it is 70 degrees on the racetrack. So there's a lot of grip here, and a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Humidity in the air. But that's not going to matter because it is a cool 68 degrees. I mean, you couldn't script this up any better weather-wise here tonight.
No, you definitely couldn't. And, yeah, it's just, it's 1.25 miles is the length. And it's kind of laid out. It reminds me a lot like Darlington, how it's laid out. Wouldn't you think, Alan?
It does. And a lot of people have said it's like a Darlington. It's like a Martinsville. It's flat. And I tell you what, Emmett, logistically speaking, this track is so easy to get in and out of. If you're here wanting to watch a race here live in the real world, just off of Highway Illinois Route 203, and you can. What a perfectly laid out track! I've been there numerous times to watch Indy cars, truck racing. Never seen a Busch race here, never seen a Cup race here, but nonetheless, we are in for a great show. Like I said, under the shadows of the Gateway Arch. And we have 21 cars signed in here tonight. Right now, the boss, John Ross, on the pole with a 33.52. Leroy Koblenz is at a 33.67. Cody Benelli sits third right now with a 33.70. And Jesse Fox has now moved himself into second position on his first lap. We're going to go trackside right now as we got some cars on the racing surface. And that is Lee Campbell sitting there waiting to go here for his qualifying lap as he's going to take off. We're going to take a ride around Gateway with him. And this is so perfect here. As he comes off the pit road, you're going to come off on the back straightaway here. That's where you're going to pick up the throttle. See him come up through the gearbox. First, second, third, fourth. You can see right here, with turn 3 and 4, you're going to run a little bit higher, and you're almost going to diamond that corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's so flat coming out of 3 and 4, but the banking from 1 and 2, you could definitely, as we saw right there, he got a little loose coming off that turn, but down this back stretch, you get a lot of speed. You can see he's hitting 160 into the corner. And you definitely, like you said, Alan, you want to diamond that corner. And, personally, I like to rip the fence because that's where I'd like to be, but, you can run down by that yellow line. White light, over by the apron and get some speed over there, as well as hitting the rumble strips as well.
Lee Campbell's first lap's going to be good enough for 12th so far, and he's going to spin it out live on the... Oh. Yikes. That's not going to end well. Here we are looking at Andrew Tupton at number 98 car right now on his first lap. He is 9th quickly as he comes off of turn number 3. Coming down to get the checkered flag, I believe. White flag. Sean Dunaway to the top of the pile. Andrew Tuft's going to qualify third. Sean Dunaway with a 33.42 as he's going to best the boss, John Ross. Sean Dunaway looking to make it 2 in a row here. Out on the track right now out of Morgantown, West Virginia, is Brandon Poffenbarger. He's going to come up to speed on the back straightaway, just like I said. It's a relatively flat surface here. Turns 3 and 4 are flatter than turns 1 and 2. So you're going to carry a lot more speed through 3 and 4 than you will 1 and 2 as he comes off the front straightaway.
No.
Gets a little loose. Now he's coming down for the green flag.
Whoa, man, he is loose.
It's all about the arc that you take coming off of turns number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, right up against the wall. Out of turn number 3 and 4. Emmett, survey says 6th. He's going to try to do better there. A 33.42 or better is what you need to get the pole here from Sean Dunaway. And he's going to call it quits on his first lap. He's going to stand on that first lap. 4 drivers left to qualify. Stephen Luttrell opting not to qualify in the 36th car. Right now, Sean Dunaway continues to be the pole, continues to lead the way in qualifying. With
This
the
is
boss.
kind of a. I was gonna say this is. Sorry to cut you off, Alan. I was gonna say this is kind of a hometown race for Stephen Luttrell as well.
Yes, Kansas City native. 4 hours to the west there, 4.5. But I tell you what, St. Louis and the St. Louis region is a hotbed for auto racing here, as the Wallaces, made their name here, racing several of the local dirt tracks here in St. Louis, and then, like the 11-time World Championship St. Louis Cardinals here, right across the river in downtown St. Louis, and the one-time Stanley Cup winning St. Louis Blues. We won't mention the. We won't mention the Rams.
Oh,
So
goodness. Even though they did win 2 Super Bowls in St. Louis,
they won 1, and it was the greatest.
Okay,
They appeared in 2 Super Bowls.
yeah, they had the Music City Miracle, and then the Patriots, Brady's first one, and that was crazy because they won by a field goal. The Patriots did.
They did. But nonetheless, here we are. Here's your starting lineup as Sean Dunaway, last week's winner, looking to make it 2 in a row. 2 is outside. It'll be the boss, John Ross. On the inside of row number 3, it'll be Andrew Tuft out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. 2 is outside out of Iowa via South Carolina, I believe, is Jesse Fox. Leroy Koblenz will start on the outside of row number, or Jesse Fox will start on the outside of row number 2. Leroy Koblenz will start on the inside of row number 3. Brandon Poffenberger out of Midwest Motorsports will start 6th. Starting 7th tonight will be Cody Benelli, and starting 8th will be the Misfits driver, Truth Hoke. David Shively will start 9th. Troy Thomas, last night's winner in the Truck Series, he will start 10th. Starting 11th out of Midwest Motorsports will be Joshua Neal. 12th, rolling off 12th will be the 81 car of Ira Kohlhaas. Starting 13th will be Lee Campbell, and 2 is outside will be Dennis Hayes. Starting 15th tonight will be Alex Tuft, and the Colonel Kirby Wingscott will start in the 16th position. Starting 17th will be Brandon Sanfilippo. David Kimmons will roll off 18th. 19th will be Stephen Luttrell out of Kansas City, Missouri, while Rob Yost Jr. out of Zuyos Racing will roll off 20th. 21st will go to Terry Fennell, and Brett Bray will round out your 22-car starting field. That's how they'll line up tonight as we get ready to take the green flag here. One warm-up lap here as the iRacing.com pace car gets the field around the racetrack. Here we go. And ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing left to do, so wipe the visor, pull the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab some Emo's Pizza because race fans, it's showtime! The green flag flies and off we go.
Oh, trouble for San Filippo.
Trouble for the boss, John Ross, as well.
I mean, John Ross.
As he is already on pit road, and we're already completing lap number 1. Sean Dunaway continues to lead this piece. As we are at lap 2, 120 laps is the distance here tonight. Oh, we got our first caution tonight, and I got a feeling this one's going to be for Leroy Koblenz.
Trademarked spring cam right there. Take a look at that. Oh, that might be netcode.
I'm going to bet dollars and donuts that it was.
Because look at how that car whipped around right there. Definitely looked like netcode.
Let's go back to the aerial view right here as John Ross gets a little bit loose. And that is almost Calamity Corner right there off of turn number 2. Just gets so loose and then you can't park there. Nonetheless, lap number 3, Sean Dunaway continues to lead this thing here. 3 laps in, and so far your top 3 is Sean Dunaway, Andrew Tuck, and Jesse Fox. You know, Emmett, this is one of the few NASCAR tracks with a go-kart track in the infield.
That's awesome. Have you ran on the go-kart track?
I have not ran on the Kartplex, no. They call it the Kartplex, and then they have a Dirtplex also. And you can enjoy many, many events there on the drag strip that's directly behind that front straightaway. They have Midnight Madness, which you can take your street car, and it's almost like a tested tune almost. So you can take your street car and run it down the back straightaway. Not only that, but during Christmas time, they do something really cool. It's called the Wonder Lights drive-through Christmas experience. So you can you pay a fee and you enter the racetrack and you get to drive around and look at the Christmas lights. I've actually done it before. It's quite cool. Quite cool to see.
That's awesome.
Especially when you get to drive on the racetrack looking at Christmas lights. I was like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah, they're definitely pretty neat. I went to Texas Motor Speedway because they do it with Speedway charities. And they had them set up in the infield, so that was really cool.
As we are working lap number 5, the first caution for cause. And so you're going to get all sorted out. The lights on the iRacing.com pace car are officially extinguished and are officially out. Here along the racetrack, Sean Dunaway in the Hello Kitty sponsored car with Andrew Tuck directly to his outside. They're going to have control of the field. So we get ready to go here, ready to rock and roll down the back straightaway. And we're going to talk about all things St. Louis here tonight, including the race, but nonetheless, we'll have some fun facts for you. And some things to do when you're in St. Louis. And, well, unfortunately, the Cardinals are on the West Coast, so they're not in action tonight. But here we are, getting ready to come back to Green Flag because the Racers Elite Xfinity Series is in action here tonight. As the iRacing.com pace car pulls off giving the field to Andrew Teft and Sean Dunaway through the Geico restart zone. 1, 2, 3, and we are down and away through the gears. We go.
We got another great restart. Able to pull away in just a moment, but look at old Puffenberger coming up there and trying to take away the number 2 spot.
Following Sean Dunaway in that 0-1 car is Brandon Puffenberger in the 5 car out of that Midwest Motorsports stable. And right on his tails as he's looking to the outside for the lead. Now, mind you, Brandon Puffenberger was, at the top of the pile during practice. Sean Dunaway just beat him out for the pole. Brandon Puffenberger looking to the outside. And if you know how to run the outside here, you can definitely get a good run.
Yeah, Puffenberger qualified P6, so good to see that car really strong early on, coming from 6 all the way now to P1.
And there's the lead change right there. Brandon Puffenberger carries the car off of 3 and 4 to the lead. We got a couple cars back there. And not only does Brandon take the lead, but he sets the fastest lap of the race. And then backs it up. First sub 33 lap here tonight. Or sub 34 lap, rather. But nonetheless, here we are, single filed out. Like we're strung out like a line of a methadone clinic. Here comes Truth Hook right behind Andrew Duff there. And that double nickel. AC Delco sponsor number 55. He's looking to the inside of Andrew Tuft. Andrew Tuft out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island.
Yeah, Truth ran good last week at Chicagoland. Just got caught up in some late race stuff, but he also ran good at Daytona until he blew the motor.
It seems like this year Truth Hook has been one of those drivers that has been really improved on these mile-and-a-half. They've gone, that team as a whole has gone to work on the mile-and-a-half program, trying to get better, and it's really showing in the results. Jesse Fox last season couldn't stay out of his own way. And this year, this season for the first 3 races, he has been qualifying up front, just learning the car, getting great advice from the Misfits teammates. As Truth Hook here he is in the 55 car, getting up to Andrew Tuft's back bumper, can't quite complete the pass.
Yeah, and is Truth the oldest driver in the field?
I think so. I think Jesse Fox is maybe right there, right behind him. Speaking of Jesse Fox, there he is in the number 96 or 69 car, checking in here in the YouTube.com live chat. We're going to bring that up. Because, I do things, But Jesse Fox saying good evening, St. Louis. Roy Thomas says get back in your race car. Jesse and Jesse Fox saying
Good looking puppy he's got right there.
I mean, Kenny Wallace has a similar sponsored car. That number 36 car.
Sponsored by Jegs, right?
Not this year. It's sponsored by Sunoco Race Fuels.
I actually got to meet Kenny Wallace one time. We had a big factory stock race here in Wichita Falls at Monarch Motor Speedway. It was a 3-day event, but it was 3 tracks. It was Ardmore, Heart of Texas, us, and I think maybe RPM, I can't remember. But no, it was Rocket, that's right. But Kenny Wallace was in that race, and I actually got to go meet him in the pits, so it was really cool getting to meet him. Great guy. The Harminator is I was surprised, because I met some other drivers and they weren't as nice, but yeah, he's funny, dude. He's cracking me up.
A little bit deeper in the field here, as we are right there. The boss John Ross on the recovery drive finds himself back in 12th, down 10 positions from where he started from. He is trying to pass a lot of cars here tonight, as we are working lap number 15 of 120. One caution for cause. Now, he will be in the booth tomorrow night as the Razor Elite takes on. Let's see where they're at on Thursday night here. So we have a schedule. Tomorrow night we take on Indianapolis with the Next Gen Series.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
And then August 14th, we head out west to Wine Country in Sonoma. Next week, August 13th here for the Xfinity Series, we pack up, head 5 hours south to National Fairgrounds, where next week you'll be joined by Shane Cochran and Emmett in the booth. I will be on assignment that day, so. And then let's see here, the trucks will be at IRB Tuesday, August 12th. That's next Tuesday night, where you can find them on McConey Entertainment, if you will. So a little cross motion.
What is that on John Ross's car? Is that AP?
So that is adrenaline motorsport section. But we can take a look. I'm all about making people happy. Let's go to this here. That is adrenaline. That is his sponsor in the Icon Cup Series.
Oh, hang on to it, buddy. Icon run on Saturday, right?
Icon runs on Sunday evening. It's AR for Adrenaline Racing. My good friend, who we get to talk about on Sunday nights, The Rock, is Zach Lockett, checking in at YouTube.com live chat. Checking in on his boy, the boss John Ross, and Leroy Coldwoods. Let's go, Adrenaline Racing. And he says he's sure that I'm happy to be at my home track, and this is a home race for myself and nobody else. It's sort of a home race for you, Emmett.
I mean, well, right now I'm about, oh gosh, it's got to be at least 12 hours since I'm in Texas, but used to be closer.
I mean, I'm sure Texas would be a home race for you. Stephanie Fox checking in as always. Go Jesse Fox. And I got to tell you what, your Truth Hope, also, I bring him up one more time. He was under the weather last night. He was struggling to make it through that truck race as he's got pneumonia. And starting to feel a little bit better, but hopefully a win could be the best medicine for Truth Hope in that number 55 car.
Yeah, definitely. Wins always make everything. It's kind of like a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down,
Exactly, and that's what it is. I mean, so we've been to a 2-mile speedway at Daytona at the start of the season. Then we went to the 1.5-mile Chicagoland. Now we're here at the 1.25-mile Worldwide Technology Raceway. And then next week we go to the short track of National Fairgrounds. A lot of history there at the National Fairgrounds. And these cars, you can get on that high side next week. You're going to make a lot of ground. Brendan Poffenbarger continues to lead here on lap number 22, but Sean Dunaway hot on his tail, not letting Poffenbarger get away from Sean Dunaway. lap number 23, Andrew Tuff continues to be in that third position. Truth Hope still running fourth, with Jesse Fox rounding out your top five. Joshua Neal, who we haven't gotten a chance to talk about here in a while, scoring that number 82 car out of Midwest Motorsports. I miss these guys out of Midwest Motorsports. I'm glad they're here in the Xfinity Series. And there he is, the Nitrous Cowboy, Troy Thomas here. We're going to go on board and take a lap around the Worldwide Technology Raceway with Troy Thomas. Driver out of Boone, North Carolina. The working lap number 24. We come off of turn number 3. 25 laps scored of 120. And you can just see how he's 111 miles. Ooh, Joshua Neal getting all out of sorts right in front of Troy Thomas. You saw that live.
This track it's kind of weird because it's pretty slick into the corners.
Just as you saw it, Troy Thomas getting around Joshua Neal for that 6th position. They are still side by side. This is the best battle on the racetrack so far. You're not missing nothing in the front. There's 85 car of Dennis Shibley. The boss John Ross continues on that recovery drive. He is now up to 9th position. I'm curious to know what happened to the boss John Ross on the opening lap there that would cause him to come down pit road. Maybe it's the Rocket Zach Lockett last week.
Yeah, that was definitely really odd for sure.
Yeah, that was a unscheduled pit stop there. And here he is, the number 36 car, hails out of Kansas City, Missouri, of Stephen Luttrell. Stephen Luttrell now up 8 positions from where he started from. If this thing goes green all the way, Sean Dunaway here will end up hitting lap traffic. Sean Dunaway finally getting around Brandon Pufferberger, and we will go ahead and see how that happened.
Down the backstretch, got some speed and was looking, and then finally just drove her down to the inside and hope she stuck and rolled through the throttle and just slid up in front.
The Rocket Zach Lockett says he has no idea. He missed the first 15 laps.
If we get a caution, we can ask Mr. John Ross what happened.
Yeah, we can hope for that. We can definitely hope for that. Right now, this is the most exciting battle on the racetrack. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. He might have jumped the initial start there. Here he is, lap number 30, 29 scored. This is Truth Hope battling Andrew Taft. You know, and that's so easy to do. So the first caution, or the initial start here, the leader takes off first, and then everybody goes. After that, you can really play some mind games in the Geico.
Whoa! Yeah, definitely play some mind games, and so we see Truth Hope trying to take away the 3rd spot from Mr. Andrew Taft. He got real loose coming off of 3, didn't he, Alan?
Yeah, that's a, if you will, a spot where you got to be extremely careful. Right now, the boss John Ross now up to 7. He gets by Joshua Neal. John Ross is oh so good driving through the field. 31 scored. We're working lap number 32.
Halfway.
Not even close. Halfway to lap 60. So we're a little over halfway to halfway. If you want to go with that route. Here comes Brendan Poffenberger though, taking the lead back with a force. As he says, "Hello, kitty. Goodbye, kitty." We're gonna go
about 30 laps from halfway.
30 laps, a little bit less. We're gonna go ahead and step aside, take our first commercial break of the evening. As you're watching the Racers Elite Xfinity Series from Gateway. We're gonna go side by side. You want to stay here? welcome back to Madison, Illinois, where you are tuned in live to the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. So we are taking on the Worldwide Technology Raceway. While you were gone, the top three has changed. Sean Dunaway is back to fourth. Drew Tote takes over to third position as we are just now starting green flag pit stops. Here comes Brandon Poffenbarger, your leader, coming down pit road. And you have to enter on turn number 3 and take the access road all the way around to the front straightaway, which can be a daunting task if you haven't practiced your pit stops rather.
Yeah, something must have happened to Sean Dunaway because he was leading this thing, and then all of a sudden, Puffenbarger took the lead, but then he got shuffled all the way back to P3.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look and see if we can find that for you. Oh, we got our second caution of the night here. David Shively, as the field goes slow, Andrew Tept aborts. Let's see what happened to the number 50, or the 85 car rather. And here he goes, just right on around. And Lee Campbell come through there a little bit sooner. He would have got it. But here we are under the second caution for cause.
I want to point out the smart move by Andrew Taft. He was coming down pit road before that caution got thrown, and when they told him caution, then he pulled off.
Yeah, quick thinking on
penalty.
I was gonna say quick thinking on Andrew Taft's part there on hitting the abort button in time. What about John Ross there in that second position? They're going to come down pit road. We're going to talk to the boss, John Ross, here in just a second here when he comes off of pit road. We're going to watch him do his pit stop here. Right sides go up. It's going to be a 4-tire stop for the boss. And the left sides go up. And who's going to win the race off of pit road? It's going to be John Ross. All he had to do is pop the clutch. We're going to go ahead and wait for him to get back on the racetrack. And it looks like live timing and scoring has the boss, John Ross, behind it. Let's go ahead and talk to the driver of the number 44 car. John Ross is Emmett and Allen in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, look, man. Looks like you're on the recovery run. What happened on that first lap?
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe the leader slowed down a mile per hour or two. I mean, I stuck it, at 55 and went when the green flag, and it just black flagged me for improper start.
Wow. Well, once we were asking everybody because it was uncharacteristic of you to come down pit road on the first lap, but now we know. What's the track conditions? What's it feel like as you work your way around Worldwide Technology Raceway?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's gripped up. I don't really have any problems with it. It's just, being able to navigate. It wants to get a little pushy later on in the runs, but we got a lot of rear grip tonight.
Absolutely. And, I love the enthusiasm here. Real quickly, knowing that over on Sunday nights with the Icon Cup Series, how much of this information that you're going to learn tonight can you take back to Adrenaline Racing and help guys like the Rocket, Zach Lockett, and Nathan, and as they race on Sunday nights and they get geared up for September 7th?
Yeah, I think anything we do, anytime you spend some time on the track, it just helps you just overall, just learning the track. So we'll be able to take quite a bit back.
All right, well, we're getting ready to come back to green. We'll get you back down to Adrenaline. Good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you later on.
Thanks.
And that was the boss, John Ross, as we get ready to come back to green here on lap number 46. Brandon Poffenbarger shot that away, brings us back to the green flag. We're off and racing here at Gateway.
Yeah, look at Truth Hope trying to drive it to the inside on that restart, just trying to get there. But he's able to not get past Andrew Teff, but Sean Dunaway, meanwhile, is going to hold on to that number 2 spot from Teff.
Sean Dunaway under fire from the 98 car of Andrew Teff as they work their way off of turn number 3 and 4. As the boss John Ross, there he is, working on the inside of Truth Hoke, who is now up 4 spots where he started. John Ross down 3 from where he started. Working on the recovery drive here. Oh, Truth Hoke gets a little out of shape. The Colonel gonna grab the wall like the fried chicken.
Man, he almost got into John Ross right there, too.
Yeah, I almost had to take an evasive action there. And I believe, here's the thing with these cars. I believe they get a little arrow loose.
Oh, car in the wall.
We're going to stay mean and green. We look to see what maybe happened. Brandon Poffenbarger will go ahead and set, he set another fast lap. He is now the fastest lap of the race so far with a 33.67.
Well, did he win Darlington?
I believe he won Darlington, yes.
So he wins Darlington and then comes to a similar style track. I think that really has helped him. After he won Darlington, I bet you he had this race circled for months.
Truth Hoke says, if you can do it, I can do it better. Truth Hoke now sets the fastest lap of the race with a 33.63. He's hauling the mail. As we have 49 scored, we're working lap number 50, 10 or 11 laps away from halfway. And just 2 cautions for cause here tonight. And there it is. Brandon Poffenbarger continues to be the show here on lap number 51. Let us know who your favorite driver is. We got one driver off the stage. Not quite sure who that was. That was Brett Bray in the 17 car. No caution yet. Let's take a look and see what happened to Brett there. And he's going to go ahead and just put it on pit road. That car is all kinds of messed up. Let's see if we can run this back. Let's see what happened to Brett. It looks like he tagged the wall. That left front's not moving. And he's going to win the race of beer stand. I love it when my mind thinks one thing and does another. You ever had that happen to you, Emmett? Meanwhile, 53 laps scored. We're on lap number 54. The boss, John Ross, continues to be in that 4th position. Brett Bray, once again, wins the race of the beer stand. He's on his way to get an ice cold frosted Budweiser. Right now you're looking at John Ross, the boss, as he's under fire from Truth Hope and that number 55 car. are 6 laps away from halfway. Brendan Poffenbarger continues to lead. Sean Dunaway not letting him get away so quickly. And here comes Andrew Tupton, the number 98 car. We're going to go on board with Andrew. There he is. That's the eyeball test. .139 down the back straightaway, losing ground on Sean Dunaway. And Andrew Tep just has a little bit better of an entry in turn 3 and 4. Sean Dunaway and Brandon Poffenbarger have a better exit going. This time, I was going to say, Andrew Tep gets a way better run.
Yeah, he got a good run right there, Alan. But Brandon Poffenbarger is just running away with this thing. But Dunaway is right there. If Dunaway can sneak underneath him, get to his corner panel, he might be able to pass him for the lead.
There's Sean Dunaway there chasing down Poffenbarger. Now, Brandon Poffenbarger is trying to run away from Sean Dunaway like he owes him lunch money.
Oh, and we got somebody who won the race to the beer stand, Alan.
Brett Ray.
Congratulations.
Look, it's not a race you want to win, but someone's got to win it.
Yeah, definitely.
As it's a second and a half back, it's almost a second and a half from Andrew Tuck and John Ross. So we're going to come back out to the live picture here. Brandon Poffenbarger doing Brandon Poffenbarger things. Here comes Andrew Tefto on the back bumpers of the Hello Kitty machine. Jesse Fox showing crash. We're going to stay green.
Oh, man. Tough break for Jesse Fox. He had such a good run going.
Let's see what happened to the 69 car. Just slaps the wall and oh!
Oh, my gosh. No caution? Wow.
I don't know how that's not a caution. Maybe, because he was able to escape out before Phil got back on.
Oh, yeah.
That explains it.
Yeah, that was a hard rip.
Jesse Fox and Jay just went from bad to worse. Come back out to the live picture. We are 1 lap away from halfway. 61 to go.
Sorry about that, Alan. I had to get me something to wet my whistle.
It's okay. It sounds like you had to take a run to the beer stand yourself.
Now I've got a Red Thunder energy drink. I got it at Aldi. My wife picked it up, and they're actually pretty good.
Right now we are halfway in this one. 60 scored. 60 to go. How about John Ross in this recovery he's made here? He might just be the story of the night. As you know, he gets the penalty on the opening lap, starting on the outside pole, and here he is just making it happen, doing John Ross things. You know, and Emmett, I got to race with him a couple of seasons ago in the Cup Series side, and every time I saw that name pop into the server, I would just cringe.
Oh, man.
Well, because, you know, here's the thing. When John Ross comes into the server, you know you're going to have a long night. You got to try to figure out how to beat him. And because he's just so smooth.
Yeah. I've noticed that, you know, ever since I started calling this series with you, I noticed that he is so smooth, hits his marks every time. Super nice guy, you know, he's always down to talk to us when we buzz him either in the race or after the race. So, I want to know where Bell Buckle, Tennessee is.
Bell
Sounds
Buckle,
like an awesome place.
Bell Buckle, Tennessee. It's a blink and you miss it, but here we go. You ask, and you shall receive. Bell Buckle, Tennessee is located in Bedford County, Tennessee. The population is 410 people. So 409 other people live in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. And it is a blink and miss it kind of town. It's on a back road. So
Bell Buckle Cafe. Bet you that's pretty good.
and if you're in eastern Tennessee, it is just north of Shelbyville on I-24 near Georgia.
That's the thing about those towns out in the southeast part of the country. They all run together.
They do. And speaking of running together, here comes Andrew Teff. Got by his teammate Sean Dunaway. He's going to work on Brandon Poffenbarger himself. John Ross is going to work on Sean Dunaway and Truth Oak. Well, he's just seen how this one shakes out.
Yeah, Truth Hoke. Oh man, did he hit the wall right there?
He may or may not. I cannot confirm.
Got the stream pulled up, so there's a little bit of a delay, but I can definitely see right here. Oh, nope, he didn't. He kept it off the wall, just a little tire smoke.
Absolutely there. Brendan Poffenbarger. Andrew Taps looking to the inside of Poffenbarger in the number 5 car. Will there be a lead change into turn number 1? Nope, but there will be a lead change. Whoa, they got a little loose. Off of turn 2, side by side, going down the back straightaway. Goodyear to Goodyear. Door handle to door handle, if you will. Down to turn number 3, Andrew Taps not complete the pass.
He's trying to make a stick right here, Alan.
He's going to get back to the gas just a little bit quicker. Oh, they're drag racing down the front straightaway here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Andrew Tuft having the time of his life right now. They are still side by side, neck and neck. And the only driver left in this right now. Oh, Brandon Poffenbarger going to get loose as a goose.
Yeah, he caught the air off of Teff's spoiler right there. Now John Ross is going to take advantage of that, Alan, try to take away that position.
Oh, and I got a feeling, girl at number 70, that Poffenbarger is not happy right now.
Yeah, I wish I was in the session so I could hear the team chatter, the radio chatter, because it's usually pretty eventful.
You're not wrong. Sean Dunaway trying to take advantage of Poffenbarger's misfortune. He's going to go to the outside, and that car is in trouble.
Yeah, I think he might have. Man,
I was going to say, that car does not look happy right now. There's the boss, John Ross, in that second spot, a half second behind Andrew Tuft.
Well, you got to think about it. We got 50 laps to go in this race, and I think Andrew Teff was like, all right, boys, it's time to go. So he went, and he was able to, Poffenbarger raced him clean. Poffenbarger just got loose right there. And John Ross was able to take the advantage, and now John Ross finds himself looking at possibly taking away this lead from Teff.
Absolutely, half second is the gap. That's the eyeball test from the boss, John Ross. All the way back to Andrew Tuft here on lap number 72. Fourth place, you'll find Truth Hoke. Steven Luttrell, our biggest mover of the race. We haven't talked about him too much. And that number 36 car. That car looks pretty blank, so if you want to sponsor a car in the series, get a hold of Steven Luttrell. He's out of Kansas City, Missouri. This is essentially a home race for himself.
Yeah, I'll tell you about Steven Luttrell. That boy can get it done. You know, we're talking about going to the fairgrounds next week. He's definitely going to be my driver that I think can win that race. He gets her done on these short tracks and mile tracks. Watched him tear it up. So, yeah, watch out for old Steven Luttrell later on in this race when he gets up there.
I cannot wait to see Steven at the fairgrounds. Next Wednesday, I'll be at the world famous Highland Speedway taking photographs. So if you're out and about at Highland Speedway and want to say hi, stop by. I'll say hi.
That's not bite, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't fight and I do shower.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's good.
Lap number 7, we're coming to get lap number 75. John Ross all over the number 98 car of Andrew Tabb. 0.2 of a second is all that separates the boss John Ross from the lead. We're working lap 75, 74 laps scored. As my broadcast partner picks his jaw up off the floor.
Oh,
The
goodness.
things I say. I'm almost
Hey.
like Blues Cannon.
That's a good point, though. But, yeah, look at John Ross. I mean, started on the outside pole. You know, he's got the speed, and he just needed a moment, just needed a shot to get back up here. And what a drive it's been. And he's chasing down Teft for sure.
Exactly. He said it, you couldn't say it any better. The boss John Ross out of Adrenaline Racing. Making it happen here. Andrew Taft in the lead so far. And that's only 0.2 of a second. John Ross waiting to pounce. You can hear him tomorrow night on the Race of the Elite Network on YouTube. And speaking of Race of the Elite, we want to encourage everybody on the YouTube side to give these guys a like, a share, and subscribe. John Ross going to the inside. Dennis Kane going off the track. And there is David Kimmons. Whoa!
Oh, true no. I think he got into the wall that time, Alan.
He slapped the wall coming off of turn number 3.
Oh, man. Sean Dunaway into the wall.
I mean, right now, we're on lap number 78 of 120 laps.
And I do want to confirm Truth Hug did hit the wall. Sorry, Alan. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Jesse Fox checking in, saying he's out for the rest of the year. His computer is trashed. That's a tough break for Jesse Fox.
God, that is tough. I mean, he was coming off a great qualifying run. I hate to see that. We'll see him next year. Wish him the best. Because that's not cheap trying to get a computer fixed.
Absolutely not. Brandon Sanfilippo up 10 spots. Yes, he is. He's up 10 spots and a little more. That's Maddie Girl checking in. Want to encourage everybody checking in the YouTube.com live chat. Keep those comments rolling. Let us know who you're rooting on, cheering for. As we know, the Rocket Zach Lockett is cheering on, and John Ross. Rob Yost Jr. and has come down pit road. Lap number 80. 49 or
40.
41 to go.
Yeah, it'd be 40 to go this time by.
John Ross getting into the wall there as he's doing everything he can, throwing just about everything, and including the kitchen sink and maybe a little more in the kitchen. At Andrews has to try to figure out how to get around that number 98 car. And I tell you what, these long distances, pit stops and green flag stops, and Andrew Taft has fallen back to third. He's going to come down pit road.
I was just about to say, okay, Alan, we're within 39 laps to go. When do you start thinking about tires and fuel?
Now.
Yeah, apparently.
Pack it full of fuel because these guys are not going to stop again unless there is, God forbid, a caution. I mean, we've only had 2 cautions for cars.
Yeah, this has been a great race. That's what I've known about the Racers Elite group. These boys, they know how to. They provide some great racing, but they keep it clean most of the time.
They do, and that's one of those leagues that prides itself on safety. They just, you get to a lot of leagues, even the short track races are pretty good. The boss John Ross coming down pit road, take it easy there, big fella.
Oh yeah, I mean the short track. Either we're on a short track, or I mean when we were at Daytona. I mean, and then when me and you were doing those one-offs, when they were doing those just the fun runs, if you'd say, there were great competition and they were great entertainment for sure, and it was clean races usually.
Absolutely is. Right now, the boss John Ross, Ron Gardner, Drew Cook, Alex Tuff, Brandon Sanfilippo, Joshua Neal, all on pit road. Sean Dunaway going to come down and get his services. Steven Luttrell going to take over the race lead. Here on lap number 84, we're going to go ahead and take our next set of commercial break here. We'll be right back because you're going to go side by side. We'll be right back. welcome back to Madison, Illinois, as we are coming back to Green Flag Racing. Andrew Tepp takes the lead on lap number 90 with the boss John Ross right behind him. Once again, welcome back to the Worldwide Technology Raceway, as we are bringing you the closing stages of the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Welcome everybody on your phones and your homes, wherever you may be watching this great battle between the boss John Ross and Andrew Tepp.
You know, I thought, Alan, before that caution came out, I thought Stephen Luttrell played the strategy card perfect, because he would have been pitting when everyone was about 20 seconds back, you know, or so, and he could have got up the road. And, oh, man, hard contacting the wall.
Hard contact indeed. You sound like an indeed ad.
I mean, indeed.
As we got a car going down to the inside. And I believe that is Leroy Koblenz. There he is. He's going to get out of everybody's way. Number 42 car. He is slow on the racetrack.
Oh, my gosh.
He may have an issue.
Yeah, and that about caused a big pileup right there. I know he's getting out of the way, but at some point you just got to pull her off there and get towed.
Absolutely here. Nonetheless, 0.2 of a second. That's all that separates Andrew Tepp and John Ross. Stephen Luttrell, our biggest mover of the race so far, up 14 spots. He is now inside the top 5.
Yeah, look at Sean Dunaway work to the inside. He's going to try to take the spot away from John Ross. Can't do it down the backstretch though, Alan.
And John Ross is trying to take the lead from Andrew Tepp while this is all going on. Andrew Tepp under fire from the boss John Ross. And as we're single filed out, Brandon Poffenbarger still continues to run the 4th position.
17 laps to go, Alan.
17 laps to go. We're not even 20 laps. I don't think your math is mathing.
I was trying to think.
I know we're in St. Louis, but we don't have to do St. Louis math all the time.
That'd be 107, my bad. I got a little carried away.
There you go. And you tried to, my broadcast partner tried to Steve Harvey the race. Here comes Sean Dunaway. Look to the inside as Dunaway and Ross are Goodyear to Goodyear coming down the back straightaway. Not quite. There they are. Door handle to door handle. Contact. John Ross goes around. Saves it. What a save. Oh, my goodness.
But he's going to lose a lot of ground, Alan. Have to chase it back down as he is under fire from Sam Flippo. Sam Flippo's going to use the momentum along with Alex Tepp, and they're going to rocket past him.
Oh, my goodness. Let's go back and see what happened. Sean Dunaway.
They just got loose.
Here we are going into turn number 3. It looks like Sean Dunaway going to get in just a little hot there. There you see it. We're going to go this view here. This is a lot to unpack. Let's go on the nose of Sean Dunaway. We're going to run this back. We're going to back it right there. Here we are entering the turn number 3. And Sean Dunaway just gets a run. And then you just see John Ross just come down. And just as if John Ross's night didn't get any harder. I mean, what a great save that was.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the best saves I've seen.
Sean Dunaway, I'm sure not happy with himself over that one, but really, I mean, we're on lap 98 of 120. the aggression level has to escalate from there. All that unfolding meanwhile, right behind Andrew Tuft is Truth Oak going to go ahead and slap the wall for probably the 9th time, 99 laps. Brandon Poffenbarger looking to the outside of Sean Dunaway.
22 laps to go.
Now your math is mathing.
That's 21.
22 laps to go. As Andrew Tuft coming down to get lap 21 to go. Here's Ira Kohlhaas back here in the number 81 car. That's a name we haven't seen in a while here. And, I just like the paint scheme in that car.
That's a cool looking paint scheme.
Ira back here in a 13th position right now. And him and Cody Benelli. And even Dennis King right back there. 13th, 14th, and 15th. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Dave Kimmons still on pit road. 20 laps to go. 20 laps. 20 more times around. And here comes Brandon Poffenbarger. This is the best battle on the racetrack so far. We're going to stick with this one and see how it shakes out. Here's
he just can't get up to that back. Well, no, he's still up that back.
It seems like that these guys are just so evenly matched. Here comes Brandon Poffenbarger looking to the outside for P2. Doesn't he have enough? And meanwhile, Andrew Tuft going to slide high. Whoa, hang on to her, big fella. Poffenbarger, the best Midwest Motorsports running car on the racetrack right now, as he is contesting for second off of turn number 3. He's going to slide in front of the 01 car. I don't think Sean Dunaway has a kitty cat ruining his race right now, because here we are, Goodyear to Goodyear in turn number 1.
Yeah, we got 13 laps to go, Alan. These guys are really giving it all they got.
18 laps.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I swear.
It's okay. You're just excited.
I am excited.
Sean Dunaway doing everything he can to keep Brandon Poffenbarger at bay. John Ross back up to 5th. I would say that the state of the hourglass is starting to run out. I think we're gonna have a tea-time winner here tonight, and it might come in the form of Stephen Luttrell. He is up to 4th. He's trying to hold off Sean Ross.
Yeah, Luttrell's got a heck of a run. But yeah, look at John Ross rebounding after that spin.
Oh, John Ross.
Ross is going to just rocket past him.
Wow.
Wow, who knew the outside line was the last round around Worldwide Chicago Speedway?
16 laps to go. John Ross moves back into 4th position. John Ross driving that car like a hacked off teenager.
For the caution, down the shot is Truth Hoke. Going to try to look to the inside of Stephen Luttrell now.
I don't think that Truth Hoke just has enough motor to get there. John Ross, 15 laps to go. The Sandy hourglass is starting to run out. Brandon Poffenbarger looking to the outside once again. These guys have got to start making moves. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Andrew Tuft, Sean Dunaway, Brandon Poffenbarger. That is your top 3. Josh, your boss, John Ross, is on a recovery run, driving that car for all it's worth. 14 laps to go.
Dunaway's catching him, Alan, just little by little.
It seems like Andrew Tefft is just way better off of turn number 2. It's almost like he's getting a better corner exit. Now, Sean Dunaway is getting a really good, and I mean really good corner entry.
Yeah, but Taft's able to just roll it through the corner and pick it back up in the throttle.
The boss, John Ross, trying to catch the top 3 as to no avail. He's only in second behind race leader Andrew Tefft. 13 laps to go. Sean Dunaway going to catch a little bit of the wall there. Right now, this is the best battle on the racetrack. Yeah, I was going to say on board with that number 44 car, 12 laps to go. We got a dozen laps. John Ross is shifting that car right now. Come out to the wide picture. 11 laps to go. Did you see how sideways John Ross got?
Yeah.
John Ross trying to be the story here tonight. Here comes Brendan Poffenberger, though, looking to the inside of Sean Dunaway. John Ross going to catch the wall there. 10 to go. Comes Brandon Puffenberger to the inside of Sean Dunaway. He's going to get by him pretty handily this time.
Yeah, drives it to the inside and just makes her stick and slides up to the number 2 spot for the moment. Oh, great block on the crossover.
I thought Sean Dunaway was going to cross him over. And that's going to allow John Ross to get up good year to good year with Sean Dunaway and put himself in that 3rd position with 9 laps to go. You know, normally, I mean, I would say that there is, that time's running out, Sandy Ross is starting to run out for these guys. I mean, it's only 9 laps to go. John Ross has passed a lot of race cars here tonight.
Yeah, he's done it twice too, Alan. He's come back from the back twice. Had the penalty at the beginning of the race and then just got a little loose and went around off the car, but yeah, he's definitely been the hard charger of the night for sure.
Absolutely. Steven Luttrell in the number 36 car. He's going to get passed by True Soap. These guys are swapping 5th position. 8 laps to go. Make it 7 this time by Steven Luttrell, going to win the battle for 5th.
Daytona winner.
Daytona winner Steven Luttrell running in the 5th position. John Ross continues to run in 3rd. Right now for Richard N, that would be your podium. Would be Andrew Tefft, Brendan Poffenberger, and John Ross. There it is, your top 3, 6 laps to go. A half a dozen left for Andrew Tefft. Down the back straightaway, pulling out to a 1-second lead. So far, the battle for second is heating up. Here comes the boss, John Ross, looking underneath that flag. We're going to come off turn number 3. 5 phalanges in the air. Brandon Poffenbarger and John Ross are Goodyear to Goodyear as they're doing a drag race on the back straightaway with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, big drag race from John Ross. Alan, do you think he's got enough time to get up there?
I think at this point the Sandy hourglass has run out for the boss John Ross. We have 5 to go, 5 places in the air. Coming down to get 4 to go. These guys are still battling pretty hard. Andrew Seth pulling out to 1.5 second lead. John Ross gonna get second. He's gonna slide up. Brandon Poffenbarger might cross him over going into 1. I think John Ross needed about 10 more laps.
Yeah.
And coming to get 3 laps to go. He's been the story all night, up 2 positions. And this is an Andrew Tuff style racetrack. As we're coming to get 3 laps to go, Stephen Luttrell continues to run in that 5th position. The boss John Ross continues to run 2nd. Brandon Poffenbarger will round out your podium with 3 like this. 3 laps down to the back straightaway, 3 laps to go. Out of turn number 3. Turn number 4. Popsicle sticks go up. 2 laps to go. Laps to go for Andrew Tuff. John Ross in a distant 2nd. Not enough time. He knows this. Coming down the back straightaway, 2 laps. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to finishing this race off. Out of turn number 4, the Wild 66 go down the white flag. That's for racing.
What a drive by Andrew Taft. Played the strategy card right on the 2nd round of pit stops. Was lucky to get that caution, and that really gave him a big break. And you know they had the field was all over there, but he was able to get away from the field, and this is going to be a huge win for him.
Out of down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time off of turn number 4. Here comes your winner out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. Andrew Tuff takes the Worldwide Technology Race. John Ross will finish 2nd. Brendan Poffenbarger will third. Sean Dunaway. Dunaway will run away with 4. Running out your top 5 will be Kansas City, Missouri's own Stephen Luttrell. And I cannot wait to talk to Andrew Taft. This one's going to be a fun one.
It's always a fun one when we talk to Mr. Andrew.
Nonetheless, Andrew Taft's going to go ahead and burn it down. Maybe. There he goes. Putting on a burnout show for the fans here in Madison, Illinois. Andrew Tuff continues to have fun out there. We'll go ahead and get these guys moved up here to the waiting room. We'll go ahead and talk with our third place finisher, Brandon Poffenberger. So, Emmett, you have Brandon in the booth with you.
Brandon Poffenberger, Simicro, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, talk about your race, man. It was topsy-turvy. A big roller coaster. You were up in the lead and then got shuffled back. What could you have done different to win this race?
Not let those three make me overheat my right front. That's what happened that second run. So I was just trying to keep Andrew, John, and Sean behind me there that second run, and pushed the right front a little too much, and just had to let them go, and then start reeling back in before that pit cycle started.
So we head to Nashville Fairgrounds next week. How do you feel about your chances there?
I don't know. I don't really like Nashville Fairgrounds, but I've gotten better at it, so I would say probably top 10, maybe top 5 for me. I'm not great on short tracks, so.
All right. Is there anyone you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Andrew for putting this thing on, you guys for putting on the show, everybody for coming out. It was a lot of fun.
See you next week at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Sounds good.
All right, Alan.
And that was the voice of Brandon Poffenberger. And your race winner here tonight out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, the one and only Andrew Tuft. Andrew, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, doing pretty good. How about you?
Man, I tell you what, this track, and I was telling them, this track seems like a Andrew Tuft style racetrack where you're just conserving tires and fuel all night long.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how that was going to work out, to be honest. The yellow fell and it put me in the lead, but I suddenly had the oldest tires and everybody was right next to me, so wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hold them off because, the difference, in somebody saving tires and having some speed at the end of the run versus somebody who didn't really wasn't that big here. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised, but it was a lot of fun, and just want to thank everybody for racing me clean.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've had wins here before, and what's it about this track that just plays so well into your driving style?
This is the strangest track I've ever seen, to be honest. I do tend to do a little bit better at the flat tracks and short tracks. Maybe it has something to do with me being a right foot breaker. I don't know, but I'm just kind of a long run driver, and a lot of the races here tend to go long. We don't really see a lot of yellows, so I think it just plays into my hand that way.
Well, look, man, before we get you out of here, who do you want to thank and who helps you get it done here on this number 98 team?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys up in the booth for helping out over at Some Racing Media. I want to thank our servicemen and women, friends, family, team, Family Traditions RV Rentals. And I want to thank Speed Zone Race Control, who does our officiating. And if you're interested in checking us out, just head on over to racerselite.com. You can find all of our info there. Schedule standings, Discord invites, the whole 9 yards. And we're very close to 500 subscribers here. So if you don't mind doing us a favor, just hit that subscribe button on our Racers Elite Network channel homepage on YouTube. It's free. All you got to do is push one button. Our goal was 500, and looks like we're probably going to get there this week. So I want to thank everybody for helping us out with that.
Awesome stuff, Andrew. Once again, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week at the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Thanks, Alan.
And that was the voice of Andrew Tuft. Well, John Ross declining an interview here tonight as he is on his way to Nashville. But before we get out of here, Emmett, there's only one last piece of housekeeping business left to do, and that is to go over our race results. You heard from Brandon Poffenberger and Andrew Tuft. John Ross going to finish second. Sean Dunaway, Runaway Dunaway, going to finish in that fourth position. Stephen Luttrell, the driver out of Kansas City, Missouri, he's going to finish 14 spots ahead of where he started from and round out your top 5. Truce Hoke from Hickory, North Carolina. He's going to finish 6th. Andrew Tuff will finish 7th. Brendan Flippo will finish 8th. 9th will go to Lee Campbell. The Nitrous Cowboy Troy Thomas will round out your top 10. Kirby Wayne's got the Colonel. He will bring it home 11th. As I get rid of that, we're not interviewing the final rundown. Ira Kohlhaas will bring home 12th, and Robios Jr. will bring home 13th. 14th will go to Cody Benelli. Dennis Kane will bring home 15th. 16th will go to Joshua Neal. 17th will go to Dennis Shipley. And Leroy Koblenz will finish 18th. And diving a little bit deeper into the finishing order. 19th will go to David Kemmons. Jesse Fox will finish 20th. Brett Bray will finish 21st. And winning in the race to the beer stand will be Terry Fennell, finishing 22nd. Emmett, before we get out of here, is there any final thoughts from you tonight?
What a race. It was definitely a good call from Andrew Teff coming in a little bit earlier than these guys. And just like Brandon Puffenberger said, he said if I didn't burn up my right front, I could have won this thing. But great race, and I can't wait to get to Nashville Fairgrounds.
For everybody here at the Racers Elite Network and Sim Racing Media, I want to thank you all along for coming along for the ride. But as we get out of here, and the late, great Tony Trapez would always say, as you walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.